Bismillah Rahman Rahim Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala Rasulil Kareem. This will be our second lecture on the lesson number 14. Okay? Yesterday we started it. So now, al-Murakkab al-Ishari. Okay? So now look here. Joseph, when you say هذا رجل. Okay, do the tarkib.
مرفوع محلا مبتدا مرفوع لفظا خبر مبتدا خبر becomes جملة اسمية خبرية.
Right? And this is, we are using this ishara. هذا. So look, this is murakkab tam. This is jumla. And remember, we are discussing murakkab naqis. So if you want to make it murakkab naqis, murakkab ishari, so this musharun ilay always should have an alif lam. Because mubtada is always marifa and khabar is nakira. So if you make the khabar as marifa also and put an ism ishara, then it becomes murakkab naqis. So hadha rajulun mean what? This
is a man.
Is a man. This is jumla. Now look, if I say, look, هذا الرجل.
This man.
هذا الرجل mean this man. So this is now murakkab ishari. This is not murakkab ishari. Okay? So هذا الرجل. The Samia is not mutmain. What happened? So you might say that when we put it in the format, when it becomes jumla, then murakkab, it will be always هذا رجل. No. Look, this thing, this also become part of the kalam. It's not going to be always هذا رجل. Okay? Like for example, if I tell you جاءني هذا الرجل. So look, if I say هذا رجل, this is not correct. I cannot say جاءني هذا رجل. I have to say what? جاءني هذا الرجل. This man came to me. So look, this is murakkab naqis, but now it become part of a murakkab tam. So you, like the same way that we need to know the rules of murakkab tawsifi and the rules of murakkab izafi, similarly we need to know the rules of murakkab ishari, because murakkab ishari is also needed. It's not going to be always hadha rajulun, because we will see also what? Hadha rajul. So to make, it means, so from here we make the rule that musharun ilayh should have always what? An alif lam. What? Always?
Alif lam.
Alif lam. Okay? So this is the new rule that you learned today. That musharun ilayh should have what?
Alif lam.
Alif lam. If you don't put alif lam there, if you put there tanween, it become what?
It's jumla ismiya khabari.
It become khabar then. Then the musharun ilayh become what?
Khabar.
Khabar. Another thing also is that normally asma ishara are for the thing which you can feel or see. Okay? So look, like for example, we say huwa rajulun. Huwa
rajulun.
And you say dhalika rajulun. So huwa rajulun means that he is not here. And dhalika rajulun means that you can see him. So ishara is hissi. Okay? That you can feel or you can see. So then you say, look, so ishara should, typically in a perfect word, ishara should always accompany with the hand ishara also. So this is the difference between ishara and zamir.
Zamir.
Okay? That ishara is commonly where?
Like we can feel or see.
Right. Okay? So this is how it is. And as I told you also, that the ka, which is in dhalika, that is not a zamir. That is called kaf harfiya khitabiyya. Okay? And then I told you that depending on the number and the gender of the mukhatab, that will change. Okay? So dhalika, dhalikuma, dhalikum. Okay? Dhanika, dhanikuma, dhanikum. All this will keep on. Ulaika, ulaikuma, ulaikum. Tilka, tilkuma, tilkum. Okay? So all this will be, this is for the ba'id ishara, this provision is available, that you can identify the mukhatab also. Okay? Look here, like for example, I say, ذَلِكُمُ So actually, I told you in the process of ishara, 4 people are L1. Mutakallim, mukhatab, ismul ishara, and musharun ilayh. Okay? Now, if you want to classify, look, I told you, if you memorize the way you memorized yesterday, so nothing is remaining. I just put this in different formats. It's sometimes in the form of a table, sometimes in the form of a column, all the same information. Look here, classification of asma ishara. So what it is? First, for near. So for near, what is for male? Look, hadha, hadani, hadaini, haulai. You see here, for 1 to qarib. Then for female, hadihi, hatani, hataini, haulai. Okay? So this is the. Then for ba'id, dhalika, dhanika, zainika, ulaika. Right? And then for the female, tilka, tanika, tainika, ulaika. So this is how it should be your mind. You can keep the same thing. That whenever you are classifying it, start from qarib, then you go to the male, then go to the female, then go to ba'id, then go to the male, then you will be in this pattern. And then as I told you, that ha with the isharat of qarib is harf tanbih. So then I just told you there are some other examples of huruf tanbih in Arabic, like ama, ala inna awliya, hayya, or ha. They are all. Now look here, this is just the same thing. That this is ma'aha tanbih, which we added the ha with it. Okay? So this is halatul rafa, this is halatul nasab, wa halatul jar. Hadha, hadani, hadaini, haulai. And in the example of hadha, لو أنزلنا هذا القرآن. The example of hadani from the Quran, in hadani lasahirani. Okay? These 2 people mean who? Musa alayhi salam and Harun alayhi salam. Okay. And then look, hadaini. The hadith say that every Monday, Thursday, the amal of Bani Adam are presented. But the 2 people who have some shahna, grudge. So what the hadith say, unzuru hadaini hatta yastaliha. So this hadaini is in nasab. Why? It's maf'ul. Because look, every amar has what? Fa'il and fa'il. Yani unzuruhu, unzuru antum. So unzuru has fa'il, fa'il. Okay? Or no?
Yes.
Okay? And hadaini will be what? Maf'ul. So unzuru hadaini. Okay? And then haulai, rabbana haulai shurakauna. Similarly, there are some isharat which are for makan. And they also come with the ha and without the ha. So, like for example, huna, or you can say ha huna. Okay? You can say huna, or you can say
ha huna.
Ha huna. Okay? Ma qutilna ha huna. Inna ha huna qa'idun, which mean here. Okay? So this is only isharat of the muzakkar qarib. Now you go here to ma'aha tanbih. مؤنث قريب هذه هاتان هاتين هؤلاء. Example of هذه إن هذه أمتكم أمة واحد, because ummah is female. Okay? And then هاتان. I told you before also that the hand and the kaf, they are female in Arabic. So a person that he was working very hard, like a labor, so the Prophet ﷺ say هاتان كفاني. These are 2 palms, yani the hand, kaf. يُحِبُّهُمَ اللَّهُ وَرَسُولُهُ. Allah and His Messenger love them. Okay, so hatani, kafani. Hatani, okay, in rafa. In nasab, inni uridu an unkihaka ihda ibnatayya hataini. Shu'aib alayhi salam, he told Musa alayhi salam, okay, I intend to give you in nikah one of the girls hataini which are here. Okay, so they are in nasab. Ihda ibnatayya hataini. And haulai banati for the female. Okay, haulai shurakauna for the male, haulai banati, the same haulai for the female. So we done 2. Now you go to the third one. المذكر مع كاف الخطاب. ذلك ذانك ذينك أولئك. Okay? And then with the kaf, if you want to do ذاك ذاكما ذاكم ذاكن. Or you can even say ذلك. ذانك ذانك ذانكما ذانكم ذانكن. And the same with ذينك. ذينك ذينكما ذينكم ذينكن. And the same with أولئك. أولئك أولئكما أولئكم أولئكن. समझ गए? Okay. Now what? Only one is remaining, and that is tilka. Okay, tilka, no tilkuma, tilkum, tilkunna. Like for example in the Quran, alam anhakuma an tilkuma shajarati. Wanudu an tilkumal jannatu uristumuha. And the same is tanika, tanikuma, tainika, tainika, tainikuma, tainikum, tainikunna, depending on. Okay? So yes, all these are done. Now this is, I just put, look, this is the same information. I put it in another format that it becomes naqash on your mind and you don't forget it and you know it. So the same thing here, ism ishara, qareeb, ba'id. Qareeb again, mudhakkar, muannas. Mudhakkar, muannas. Okay? And then mudhakkar is what? Hadha, hadhani, hadaini, haulai. Hadihi, hatani, hataini, haulai. Dhalika, and you can say zaka. Dhanika, dhainika, ulaika. Tanika, tainika, ulaika. This is all. This is another table form. Okay? Then asma'ul dhuruf. Like making ishara to a place. So as I told you, you can say, for the near you say huna or ha huna. With the ha. And for the middle you say hunaka. And for the far you will say what? Hunalika. And for the far you also say samma or sammah with the ha. So these are all asma. This is ism, this is ism, this is ism. They call asma'ul dhuruf. Okay? So what is that? Huna, hunaka, hunalika. And for the hunalika you can also say what? Samma and sammah with the ha. Okay. Then we go further. Then in Arabic normally, look, Hudayf, the plural asma ishara are which one? Like ulaika and haulai. So then you say, look, for example, you say hadha kitabun. Hadha kitabun. Hadhani kitabani. Haulai kutubun. All right? You will think like that. But what we do normally, that Zawil uqul in Arabic, they are three. Zawil uqul. They are human, jinn, and angel. Zawil uqul. So this ulaika and haulai, this is not like 100% true. Okay? So remember, all the rules of Arabic, only a few rules are without any exception. That the haulai and ulaika are used for Zawil uqul. For what? Zawil uqul. So look, for example, if you say hadha kitabun, hadhani kitabani, then you will say hadhihi kutubun. For the plural, you will not, instead of saying haulai kutubun, what will you say? Hadhihi kutubun. Hadhihi kutubun. And for the far away, instead of saying ulaika kutubun, you will say tilka kutubun. Because kitab is not Zawil uqul. आप समझ गए? Now, having said that, now let me tell you one more thing. That you say, look, Muslimun, right? Muslimun. And the plural is Muslimuna. So this whole Muslim is intact here. And we just added the waw and the noon with it. So this jama is called jama salim. Jama Mudhakkar Salim. So which one is Jama Salim?
Muslimuna.
Huh? What is the definition of a Jama Salim?
Which has a whole word. Like, which has waw and noon?
No. Jama Salim is the one that the single remain intact in the Jama. समझ गए मेरी बात? Jama Salim is the one that Jama is not Salim. The single, the mufrad is Salim. So that is why it's called Jama Salim. What is Jama Salim?
In which the single intact is
The single remain intact in the plural. So that kind of Jama is called what? Jama?
Salim.
And when the single is broken, like for example, look, kitabun. So the plural is not kitabuna.
Kutubun.
If it was kitabuna, that would have been Jama Salim. But the plural is kutubun. So this is called Jama Mukassar. Okay, look, kasar means breaking. And Mukassar is majhul, which means broken. So it is called what? Jama?
Mukassar.
This, like this. Mukassar. Mukassar. Okay? So kutubun is what? It is Jama?
Mukassar.
Mukassar. And Muslimuna is?
Jama Salim.
Jama Salim. Now, if there is a Jama Mukassar for the will uqul also, then we still use the hadhihi and the tilka for that. Like for example, what is the plural of rasulun? Rusulun.
Rusulun.
So Rusulun is, although Rasul is very much the will uqul, but since the plural is Jama Mukassar, so what we say? Tilka Rusul.
Tilka Rusul.
What we say?
Tilka Rusul.
What should we have normally said? Ulaika. Ulaika Rusul. Okay, but what we say?
Tilka Rusul.
Tilka Rusul. Okay, so what is the conclusion? That for the ghair zawil uqul plural, okay, their Jama is mainly what? Mukassar.
Mukassar.
Because Jama Muzakkar Salim is normally for the will uqul. For what?
Zawil uqul.
The will uqul. So if there is a Jama Mukassar for the will uqul also, or for ghair the will uqul, of course it will be Mukassar. Then we use Wahid Muannas Ishara, and we don't use the Ulaika and the Haulai for them. And this is called Jama Bata'wil Jama'at. That we say, look, Rusulun. So Rusulun, why you say Hadihi Rusulun? Because you say Jama'atun. Hadihi Jama'atun. So every plural is what? Jama'atun.
Jama'atun.
You understand what I'm saying? So this is called Ala Ta'wil al-Jama'a. That this is, you don't look at it Rusulun, you look at it what? Jama'atun.
Jama'atun.
Jama'atun. Samajh gaye? Okay. So this is what is written here. Here, look. The plural asma ishara are used for the will uqul, human, angels and jinns. For example, ulaika ashabul jannati. Ashabul jannah are the will uqul or not?
Zawil uqul.
Okay. So instead of saying tilka ashabul jannati, what we say? Ulaika ashabul jannati. Ulaika ashabu Muhammadin.
Zawil uqul.
Okay, this is for what? This is for ba'id. For qareeb, how what we say? Ha'ula'il ulama'u. Okay? For the plural of ghair aqil, which will be Jama Mukassar, or Jama Mukassar of the will uqul, we use Wahid Muannas. For example, we say what? Tilka kutubun saminatun. They are precious books. Tilka. Huh? I told you it's not 100%. But you can say ha'ula'il alimuna. You can say both are there. Okay. So okay. Tilka kutubun saminatun. Tilka kutubun saminatun. Okay. And tilka hududullahi. Tilka ayatul kitab al-hakim. So tilka we are pointing toward ayat. Ayat. Okay. And hadhihi al-anharu tajri. Hadhihi al-anhar. Because the plural of nahar is anhar. So we say hadhihi tilka for that, right? Okay. Okay. Hadha al-waladu mujtahidun. Do some tarkib.
So hadha is mubtada.
No. هذا الولد will become مبتدا. You understand? So هذا will be اسم إشارة.
اسم إشارة.
And الولد will be what?
مشار إليه.
And إشارة and مشار إليه become what?
مبتدا.
مبتدا. And مجتهد will be what?
خبر.
جملة اسمية خبرية. Correct? So that is what? هذا الولد. You see? هذا الولد. So that's why it become مركب إشاري. Like if you say هذا ولد صالح, So it is not murakkab ishari then. Okay? Now look here. هذا الرجل عاقل. The same thing. Okay? We stop here? Already half an hour. All right? Okay. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله. आपको समझ आ रही? आपको मजा आ रहा है? तो आपने पहली क्यों नहीं पढ़ी?
आप जैसे उस्ताद नहीं मिला।
पाकिस्तान में तो हमारे उस्ताद तो सारे पाकिस्तान